The father of the Manchester bomber says he last spoke to his son about 5 days ago by phone, and he says everything seemed to be normal. Ramadan Abedi says his son Salman told his family that he was going on pilgrimage to Mecca. Now, while news agency Reuters was interviewing Abedi, several unmarked vehicles carrying heavily armed men drove to his home and detained him. The local counter-terrorism force, known as Rada, has also detained Salman's brother, Hashem Abedi. He's suspected of planning an attack in the Libyan capital. However, no details have been provided on why Salman's father has been arrested.
The situation is normal, but the family is a bit confused because Salman doesn't have this ideology. He doesn't believe in these beliefs.
You more now on the Libyan connection to the Manchester attack. I'm joined live from Cairo by CGTN's Yasser Hakim. Yasser, at this stage, what more do we know about the Manchester bomber and his family, and just how closely are Libyan authorities working with the UK on this matter?
Well, concerning his family, if you talk about his father, he just said that he was detained by the Libyan authorities. The Libyan authorities are claiming that his father used to be a member of one of the groups that fought against the former leader Muammar Gaddafi, and then he later joined a group affiliated to Al-Qaeda, and that he has connections with the militants in Libya. Although obviously we don't have confirmation of this news, it came out from the Libyan authorities. As for his brother, the bomber's brother, Hashem, who was also detained, the Libyan authorities are saying that he knew about the plans taken by his brother to bomb this area in Manchester. So they understand that his brother told him about these plans and he was aware of it. Hashem was aware of it, and that's why he was detained to understand more details, and also for being a conspirator, since he knew and did not inform the authorities that a bomb attack is imminent. So it's obviously that his family, Salman's family, it seems that they have connections to militant groups, and were also at least his brother was also planning an attack in Libya itself. And the quick response from the Libyan authorities shows that they are in contact with the UK and are working, cooperating together to try to get to the end of this story and to understand how it happened, and to avoid maybe if they have managed to work together to hold or to arrest other suspects who might have worked with the bomber, then they would succeed in preventing another attack that could take place anytime, or any other plans to attacks, whether in the UK or other countries in the region and in Europe.
And indeed, these concerns, or at least these allegations so far, that the Abedi family had links to militant groups in Libya has raised, or rather brought attention to terror training cells. What do we know about these training cells in Libya, how they work, which regions of the country they're in, and what kind of training is essentially provided?
Well, after the crackdown on ISIL in Sirte, in their main stronghold, we understand that obviously, although there are no specific numbers of how many militants there are, but we understand that they have gone to different areas in Libya, but mainly in the south and southwest of Libya. And that's closer to the Niger and Algeria borders. And that's where they take their training, the training camps. They have managed to also sort of merge or cooperate, if you may call it, with other groups there that are not Islamist oriented, but actually they are either arms dealers, arms smugglers, drug smugglers, drug dealers, and they are working together just for the basis of funding and providing the militancy with arms and weapons. So these gangs are working with the militants for funding them and buying weapons and drugs and so forth, and also giving them safe haven in these areas. They are well aware of it, and you have to understand the Libyan geography. Libya is a huge country. It's maybe more than 1.5 times the size of Egypt. But it's all desert, so most of it is desert because the population is a small population. So it's uninhabited, and it's easy to have a camp in these desert areas where there's no one there, and train the people there, the militants, so they'd be ready to move for action in other countries. At this point, they have managed to be scattered in these areas and get to rebuild themselves or to train themselves and attack again. And this is what makes it hard to get through to them, especially that Al-Qaeda is also now in Libya. We have not just ISIL, Al-Qaeda also has its affiliates there, mainly from Ansar al-Sharia group that's been there for years, and it's also affiliated itself. Some of it have gone to ISIL, some of the militants have gone to Al-Qaeda. It's kind of a complicated issue, but it's easy to find a safe haven there for militants in a country where the security is still not at top notch. The political factions in Libya, the politicians themselves are infighting, so they're not really giving all their attention to the militants and to the ISIL and other militant groups there, which gives them the space and the room to reinforce themselves.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much for that. Yasser Hakim live for us there in Cairo on that link between the Manchester attack and, of course, that Libyan connection.